the first thing we need to do is just test whether she is reluctant to go into other toilets, aside from the one that she usually goes to at the moment. So see whether she'll go like where she was last year or in another toilet, or if you have a disabled toilet or something, whether she will actually go into any other toilet, because there may have been something that happened when she was in that toilet that might have scared her or made her uneasy, that she's reluctant to. The other thing is also increasing reinforcement. So if she goes so if she asks to go to the toilet, give reinforcement. If she actually goes to the toilet, give reinforcement. So that might be her flicky toys, or it might be worth having some extra special edibles or something to give in those times when she actually does go. The other thing is I'll send through just a data collection form so we can kind of track, like we did previously, how, like when she's going, like whether it's prompted, whether she has an accident, timing sort of thing, to see if we can see some pattern. What we don't want is that you prompt her more than she would normally go, or it's okay to do slightly more than she would normally go if you have a rough idea as to when she would go to the toilet, but we don't want her prompted to the toilet 10 times a day if she only normally does 2 wees, because that was part of the problem that we had a couple of years ago, is she was being prompted too much, and so then she just wasn't going by herself. The other thing is if it's a general toilet thing, probably what you can do is desensitize to actually, because she's reluctant to go into the toilet, is actually desensitize to the toilets without there being the condition that she actually sits on the toilet. So it might be that, say you've got some sultanas or something, and the first step is she just has to go and touch the outside of the toilet door. So it's just like, oh, come and touch this. She touches that, she gets a sultana, and you walk away. And then, so as soon as she's doing it without needing any extra prompting, then you up the ante. So then it might be like, so you open the door and you go, and then getting her to just step into the toilet room. Again, she gets reinforced and then leaves. So what we're trying to do is establish that there's nothing aversive in there. It's you get good things when you're in there, and just gradually moving closer and closer to the toilet, the cubicle. So then it would be like that, gradually then into the cubicle with the door open, she gets reinforced and she can come out. And just lots of practice, it's like positive practice, where there isn't that necessity to sit on the toilet. But getting it closer and closer, keep going, and then it might be that so you have the lid down, she sits on the toilet. Or it might be that she goes into the cubicle, you quickly close the door, open the door, and she can come out. So lots of situations where each time she gets a preferred reinforcer for actually being in that environment, getting closer and closer to the toilet. The other thing, it might be worth reintroducing the visual for the toilet so that she can ask for it. I know that she has been verbally asking, but sometimes it might help to just have that visual there as well. But big thing is, any time that she goes, either when she's asked or when she's prompted, without there being that resistance, make sure that there's lots of good quality praise and reinforcement. And if it continues, then we will look into it further.